Okay guys, I'm gonna react to this video about scary images in games.
But you're all screaming in your chair right now about damn time. If anyone is unfamiliar or haven't seen the last iteration of creepy images hidden in games, we explored 7 strange, weird, disturbing, and all of the above photos hidden within the depths of video games. These featured some strange additions to games, often lurking in the files, and some even in the game itself. To your enjoyment, or maybe your horror, I've gone ahead and put together another 8 images that devs have hidden as little trolls to scare viewers who dare search a little too hard through their game. As always, I'd hate to keep you waiting, so let's jump right in. Yes, sir, I'm on my way. Bravo Company, incoming, move out. Army Men Sarge Heroes brings men back to their childhood with a fun and goofy shooter featuring small toy army men. Players were able to walk around these large stages and explore a whole lot of snow and carrots? I joke, as many games during this time were forced to lack the fine details around the map to save space and focus on epic combat visuals like these. However, enter the Scorch mission and make your way to the trenches. Players can see a brief glimpse of a map slip up and a secret area to crawl into. Going prone and entering this hidden room, players can find a rather disturbing photo of one of the devs. His head has been photoshopped to feature a large tumor stitched to himself, and his skull is morphed and
what is that? What is that? No. You guys watch this? I can't see this.
stretched beyond belief. Yeah, maybe I'll stay out of this room for a little while. While this picture is bizarre, it's not too out of the ordinary, as Army Men Sarge Heroes has a history of hiding weird photos throughout their game. A Japanese horror game titled Yuta Hano Tatari is no stranger to creepy images. That's actually a large aspect of horror in this RPG maker, and besides what I'm about to show you, there are some blatant, unsettling images scattered throughout the game. However, one of the most horrifying images disguises itself as a glitch. The game is separated into 2 parts, and during the second part, players can find themselves outside of a building with gate arches to the left-hand side. Walking through all 3 of them in no particular order will begin a countdown for a fake crash. It's often effective as because of the countdown, it happens at a seemingly random time, making the glitch seem authentic. An error screen will appear and the game will go black. Players will sit and wait in hopes that they're sent to the menu, but they are instead greeted with this.
What is that? What is that? I can't show you this. I can't show you this. No. Can't show you that.
The dull and dark image of what appears to be a dead woman's corpse appears on screen, with a faint tone playing in the background.
No.
I assume this isn't really a dead woman, but it's set a photo to appear as if she is. And I will say it gets the job done well. I actually love the horror behind this. The noise isn't loud and the image is almost hard to see. Once you start to make out all the features, it's quickly terrifying. Race with Ryan, what even is this game, man? Is a children's game that's based around one of the most notorious YouTubers in existence, Ryan's World.
Yeah,
Ryan is the kid who opens toys and gets paid a ridiculous amount. We're getting off topic here. And they release a watered-down Mario Kart ripoff titled Race with Ryan. I mention all of this because the image you're about to see isn't too weird out of context. However, just know that some of the characters in this game are based off real-life kids. And when I say that, I mean Ryan. Allow me to show you some of Ryan's face models. We have Smile, Frown, Eyes Closed Smile, Mouth Open Smile, and... yeah, one unused model of Ryan's face features extra...
What is that? Oh no, I can't. I'm sorry. I can't show this.
around the eyes with blood dripping down his head. His mouth is stitched up and it's really messed up. It's literally like a scene from Solo. It's just a poorly made doodle, but the fact that it was created over the model resembling a real-life boy is just beyond disturbing. The developers have never made a comment on this inclusion. Ugh, this is the second time we have seen a SpongeBob children's game here. I've lost all faith in humanity at this point. You will not believe what's hidden in SpongeBob Super Sponge. SpongeBob Super Sponge was a SpongeBob platformer on the PlayStation that featured many characters we all know and love. However, let me tell you the plot and take good note of it. It is, and I quote, "It's Patrick's birthday, and SpongeBob wants to give him the best present ever." While lurking through the files, we can find hand drawings of many SpongeBob characters. These are just plain head sketches, but then we stumble across 3 outliers that I'm forced to blur for the sake of community guidelines.
What the?
Very, very lewd photos of SpongeBob and Patrick. I'm just at a loss for words.
No. What is that? What was that thing? What? Are you serious? This is a kid game, and that image is literally in a kid game. I'm gonna keep playing, whatever.
This isn't enough, there's more with Sandy. And even a photo of SpongeBob dressed in very tight bondage. I don't know what this is all about, but there were some really messed up and kinky developers behind this game. And I'm just gonna jump to the next one. I'm getting sick.
Okay.
Mario Kart GP was an exclusive Mario Kart to arcades. It featured the same concept as many other Mario Karts, except this included a collaboration with Namco, which resulted in Pac-Man guest characters. The fact that this was an arcade-themed Mario Kart is probably one of the reasons why the image hidden within the files stayed stashed away for so long. This photo was used as a placeholder to test the camera function in the arcade cabinet. This may not seem too bizarre at first glance, but the backstory is much sinister. Back in 2004, a school in Beslan, Russia was sieged by Islamic nationalist terrorists. About 1,100 people were taken hostage, including children, and after sending soldiers to handle the situation, a large gunfight ensued, with many innocent people being injured. The event was coined
What is he talking about? What?
as the Beslan School Hostage Crisis, and this photo was taken from there.
Huh?
Final Fantasy is a fantastic game which you should all play. But I say this because this image contains very slight spoilers. It could be more, but I will reveal the image in a way that doesn't say too much about the story. So the main character of FF8 is this guy named Squall. The ending of the game featured a glitchy mess of delusions and flashbacks, in which many visual effects are present and images begin to flash. There is lore behind this, but like I said, I'm trying to keep this as spoiler-free as possible. Within the mess of Fate images, we see this picture of Squall for only a few frames. His head has been modified to feature a huge hole, and on the inside, it's just a hollow void. The image really does get more creepy the more you look at it. It honestly looks like one of those Photoshop images used for a bad creepypasta. And then Squall walked into my house, hole in head. Regardless, it is terrifying, and it really is a powerful addition when you learn more about the story. Like I said, I know it's old, but just go check it out. Tomb Raider really is a joy, because you can explore so many secrets and hidden locations. There really is endless possibilities to what you might find. Well, even with this, I don't think anyone expected to see what hides in Tomb Raider Last Revelations. Coming to the following location and using a position editor in order to manipulate the game's save file, players can move to a normally inaccessible ledge. From here, players can begin to jump across the side of a cliff until they see a lost room on the edge of the map. The textures used for the walls of this box is this really eerie, pale white figure of what seems to resemble a woman. Luckily, the photo is in poor quality, but I guess that kind of adds to the creepiness. The reason behind this inclusion is that the building is actually accessible at a different point of the game. Using the position editor to revisit the location at a point normally inaccessible, the textures are changed to this one instead of the typical temple design. Our last entry in this list lies in Little Nightmares. I know, there's so much possibilities that can come from a game that puts a small child in a world of giant, freakish...
Yeah, I know this one. Little Nightmares. I might make a video soon. I haven't made it yet, but I might play it soon.
Ghouls and monsters. While looking through the pictures in the game files, Reddit user Soba found an unsettling image titled Wilderness Creepy Guy. This image seems to feature a bald man whose upper lip is stretched towards his nose. Looking through the Reddit posts, many users theorize who this might be. with some popular guesses being the doctor from the hospital
Oh,
chapter or a version of one of the brothers from the kitchen chapter. Regardless of where this might lie, the blurred and faint
the-
drawing of this mysterious character sure is chilling. Hey, did you guys know what's really scary? That about 96% of you aren't subscribed. If you enjoy this video, please give it a like as it helps with the algorithm, and consider
Oh, wait,
subscribing
let's
if you'd
watch
like.
this one.
Start clean with the power of Clorox.
Gaming devs love to hide little secrets in their games. Some are cute, like Mario in sunglasses. Look at that. But others can be more sinister and just outright creepy. Some come in the form of hollow face changes, but others are a bit more lazy.
Minecraft?
It seems like devs love to hide random images in their games. Most of these are obviously hidden well, but not deep enough for no one to find. Whether this is an act of a funny joke by the team or a mischievous developer looking for some controversy, let's look at 7 times we found creepy images hidden in games.
We found 7 weeks.
Sonic has been a staple to children's games for many years now,
Wow.
bringing hours of fun and fast-paced action to everyone wanting to play with their favorite blue hedgehog.
Bruh.
Well, with Sega CD's release came Sonic CD, a game that actually scored pretty well among critics. But little did they know that lurking behind a bundle of key combinations lay a very disturbing image, especially to young players. When at the title screen, if you press down, 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 left, right, A, you are brought to a sound test screen. You are then prompted to try more codes, with some leading to interesting secrets. But punching 46, 12, 25 leads to this.
What is that?
The translation reads Infinite Fun, Sega Enterprises, signed by one of the landscaping designers. Valhalla is another often praised and high-rated game centered around a cyberpunk bartending simulator. The game features retro pixel graphics and a unique aesthetic. So what, did they hide a picture in the back of the bar? Well, no. The picture isn't actually in the game, but located in the game files. And not too deep either. On the surface of the game files lies a folder named Answer, with one photo inside labeled as her. This image features a woman standing with a strange shadow figure in the distance. The disturbing thing is, this picture is nowhere near a throwback to any point in the game. Just an odd, out-of-place addition. The dev tweeted about it, stating that even he is unaware of this, and suggests it might be spyware. While that statement would be even creepier, I feel as if this addition was intentional to attract media and attention to the game at launch. I'll be honest, I'm somewhat impressed by the depths that Minecraft developers have gone to bury this Easter egg. While Minecraft is home to many spooky stories and myths, one disturbing feature that we can all agree on are the cave noises. Minecraft caves are notorious for their soundtrack, with many being very ominous and unsettling. If we take a look at one of the ambient noises, cave_14.ogg, we get treated to an eerie sound.
What is that?
But we can take this a step further, and by throwing the noise into a spectrogram, we get treated to a distorted image of Minecraft's most famous enemy, the Creeper. Mario is home to many Easter eggs, some being clearly more disturbing than others. One that seems to appear time and time again are these shadow-like ghost figures. We can find them at the end of World 4 in Mario 3D Land, but they appear more ominous in Mario Galaxy 2. You can find these assets in the files titled as Hell Valley Sky Trees. What's worse is these creepy figures aren't just mysteries in the source files, they're actually used in the game. If we fly to the Shiverburn Galaxy and take a look at the top of the canyons, we can spot 3 of these figures staring down at you from up above.
This game.
Jumping into Crossfire, an old FPS released in the mid-2000s, we can find something odd in the laboratory map. Many love this map, but it holds an unusual secret that just seems like a troll from the developers. Flying to this electric door by one of the spawns, we can peek through the spark to see an image of a real-life baby.
What?
There hasn't been much elaboration of this, besides for a fun little Easter egg,
What?
but it still seems like a rather unusual placement nonetheless. Back in 2019, followers of the Little Big Planet franchise were greeted to one of the first prototype builds of Little Big Planet. This do-it-yourself platformer is typically home to cartoonish graphics and funny physics. That's why it comes as some surprise that this image was uncovered from the prototype build of the game. This image was discovered by Discord user Mysterious Cube, and the reason for its placement in the files is still unknown. All that we do know is the creation of this unsettling skeleton of a creature sure is disturbing. SpongeBob Saves the Day is a Flash game hosted on the Nick website. This fun little cartoon adventure follows SpongeBob as he ventures through Bikini Bottom, meeting all sorts of character cameos from the show. Everything may appear normal, but something disturbing lurks in the files of the game. Exploring the assets, you can come across a file called Yummer, and when open, we are greeted to this character. I may not be up to date on my SpongeBob, but I don't think this is a throwback to any episode. At least I hope not. It has come to light that this character was a joke around the office that was accidentally left in the game. So nothing too sinister is at play, but it still is creepy nonetheless. Well, that's my list. I hope you enjoyed. If I missed your favorite creepy image hidden in video games, then let me know in the comments because I may be inclined to make a part 2.
Bye guys.
If you want to watch more creepy and eerie moments in games,
Bye.
feel free to subscribe.